Okay, hello everyone. I'm Nicole. I am a senior gold ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and this is my amazing power partner,
Jen Dewey. I am a silver ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and we are so thrilled for you guys to be here with us tonight. Thanks again for coming and sitting with us on a Friday evening, and 4th of July weekend, no less.
Yeah. Okay, I am so sorry. First, you guys know the Success Kit, the quick start guide right here. It lists 10 steps, 10 huge steps. For the new ambassadors, this has been such an amazing success kit. When I started, we got like a box and a tiny little pamphlet. Yeah, it was so small. And this, I mean, honestly, you guys can run your entire business from these 10 steps, and it is absolutely incredible. They talked about this at convention every single day. And I think a lot of ambassadors, we kind of just go over it. We don't really implement everything. And I think that needs to change. I think we need to really, they don't make this any easier for us. So basically in our training, they broke the 10 steps down into 3 main sections. So the first section that we're going to talk about is number 5 in the quick start guide, which is connect with your sponsor or upline. Can you guys hear me okay? There's like drills going on. Okay. So connecting with your upline or downline if you're training a new ambassador. It is in the first 30 days, and this is what the first 30 days are the most important, because that's when everyone's kind of waiting and watching to see what you do with it. Get to know them, and on a different level than Plexus. We already know why they're starting or what products they need help with health-wise. But get to know them, get to know their life. What have they been doing the last few years? What are their plans for the next few years? Do they want to start a family? What do they want to travel? What do they want to do? Get to know them, because building that relationship is so important, which Jen's going to talk about a little bit later. But be completely involved in their life. And this is something that I never implemented, but if you can create a welcome email. So anytime, just have it pre-written. Anytime a new ambassador joins you, just have that email sent to it. You don't have to take that extra time. Obviously, you can make it a little more personalized to tailor to that person, but have a general email, because and you can find out whether that person likes emails, or they like to be text, or they want to meet in person, or they want to do a phone call. But generally send that email, and then from there you guys can figure out which way they like to communicate, because I personally don't like phone calls, because my house is crazy all the time. We have friends over. My husband's a firefighter, and he is married to his firemen. But it is always crazy. So phone calls for me just don't work. So texting is a lot better. Figure out which way is best for your ambassador, because everybody's different. And that's kind of, I think me and Jen talked about the 5 love languages. I don't know if you guys have ever read that, but it's a really good book. I don't know if you guys are in relationships or anything, but it just talks about, for example, my husband is an affectionate person. I'm a words of affirmation. He needs that affection in order to feel loved. So you need to figure out, and that's the only way he understands that I love him. So bottom line, you need to figure out how that person likes to be trained, how they like to be learned, or how to be taught. Because if you are teaching them in a way that they're not understanding, or that they don't even like, that's not going to be beneficial for either of you. So I think that's really important. The next thing I think we're going to talk about is scheduling 3-way calls. Those are really important. So I think Jen's going to talk a little bit about that.
This is one of my, for sure. I really like what Nick was saying about connecting with people, because after all, this is relationship marketing, not network marketing. I mean, it really is network marketing, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's relationship marketing, and relationships really are the foundation of what we do. And if we don't have relationships established and don't continue to deepen them, we are really limiting ourselves and the success of our teams. So I know every leader that I've ever come into contact with Plexus, or even just the leaders that I look up to in life in general, they have always, is striven a word? They've always strived. Please forgive me. One of them. Anyway, they've always made sure that they establish themselves well as a leader, but also they want to make sure that they continuously grow, because if they don't continuously grow, then their team won't grow and they won't accomplish the goals that they're after. So in saying that, I've really implemented something else that a lot of leaders have also implemented and told me that they've seen great success with. And I've really enjoyed doing these with my team as my level ones join their level ones. So those would be my level twos, right? I've started doing three-way calls, like three-way welcome calls, and it's nothing extensive. I'm seriously on the phone with them for maybe 15, 20 minutes tops. And they're great. I've really learned some verbiage from Jen Brett. She's our upline, and she's a senior Ruby. And she said that it was really kind of the turning point in her business. One of the things that she really took note of that helped her business take off. As she was doing these three-way calls, she was noticing that people were more inclined to, feel accountable for their businesses and really take it seriously. Because in part of the calls, in the calls, part of what we talk about are the newbies' goals. How did you meet your sponsor? How do you spend your time, your free time? What do you do for work? Are you a stay-at-home mom? What are your hopes, dreams, and aspirations? And what do you really want to get out of Plexus? Because again, that's, part of why we're talking. So let's cover that too. But just like I was saying, it really helps keep people accountable for what they want to accomplish, but also to deepen and make more rich that established relationship.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like to add to that, Nick?
I think when you talked about setting goals, I think it's really important to set goals for 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And set goals that are attainable, that are realistic, because, yes, we all want to go diamond, but setting a goal of diamond in 2 months is not really realistic. And you're going to get your hopes, you're going to feel defeated. And that's not this business at all, because if there's one thing that I've learned, it's just keep going.
All positive. Yeah.
So setting those goals with your new ambassador are really, really important, because what you can do is, so for those 30 days, say, I think Jen, we talked about, like, if you want 500 PV, how are you going to get that 500 PV? Because if you have it, even, some people like it to be written down or visualized or however they do it, but you can say, okay, get on the phone with them, or however they like, text, they want 500 PV and that is their goal. Find out how specifically they can get that 500. How many customers, how many preferred, how many retail, what are the cash bonuses, and break it down so that you have a goal to look forward to at the end of the month. Oh, I just need one more customer, or whatever it is. And I think that really helps, because if you just say, oh yeah, I want to be, I want that 1,000 PV. Well, what are the steps? How are you going to get that? How are you going to make that attainable?
Can I jump in really quick too?
Yeah.
Talking about PV, or even any goal, it all boils down to sales. Whether you're having your team, or whether you're building your team, or whether you're setting sales goals or PV goals, like Plexus calls it, for yourself or your teammates, it all boils down to sales. You're selling the opportunity, you're selling products in the same way, kind of. So you want to go silver in a month, right? What if that's your goal? What if that's your new ambassador's goal? Who are you going, how are you going to get to silver? Well, you need 3 people on your team as your level ones. Who are you going to go after? Make your list of 100. That's one of the things on the Quick Start guide. It's the Frank's list. That's number 6 on Quick Start. And I would pull that out and I would familiarize yourself with Franks. If you guys don't know what it is or don't have your list in front of you, Frank stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighborhood, kids connections, and service organizations. So that pretty much covers all of the different things or ways that we know people. So if you haven't made your list of 100, for sure get to work because that's how you're going to rank advance. But in all of that to say, goal setting, breaking it down makes it so much more reasonable. Gold is the next step above silver, and that's where my team and I are going very soon. And gold sounds scary in a place coming from silver, because going from 3 people to 20 people sounds like a lot. And trying to come up with where to find those 20 people is kind of scary too. But, you take it day by day. How many people just go silver every month? That's a great goal to have going for gold, and training your downline as you build your team to also go silver, because it's the laws of replication. So really breaking it down, like Nick said, if you want 500 PV for that month, who are you going to reach out? How many triplex combo sales is that? It just boils down to breaking what is a giant, crazy, wild goal, what may seem super, wild or whatever, breaking it down into smaller bits and pieces really makes it feel more attainable.
Yeah. There was, I'm trying to find it. Jen, do you remember? It was like, oh, okay. Don't lower your goals, just increase your activity. And that really resonated with me, because there's so many times where I'll be like, okay, I want that 1,000 PV this month. And then at the end of the month, I'm at like 400 and I'm like, okay, I'll do 500. No. I need to increase my work ethic, and I need to try the best that I can to get to that goal, because if you keep lowering your goals and lowering everything, it's not gonna do you any good. You're not gonna keep pushing forward, and you're gonna not feel as well emotionally. Like, you're not gonna be proud of yourself for kind of giving up. Because in the back of our head, we know we could have tried harder, or whatever that is. I think okay, and then that other quote, if you guys want to write this down, I think it's super important. It is, successful people do consistently what others do occasionally. So I know.
We love it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the truth. If me and Jen have the same goals, but she's posting once a week and I'm talking to people all the time, who do you think is gonna go more, or
go faster first?
Yeah. Promote, whatever. You can't do it occasionally. Either you are 100% committed into this, or you're not. So you guys, hopefully, you're on this phone call. I think you're 100% in. Okay, so we went over the Franks list. Okay, it's already 8:60. Okay, the second breakdown that they did at convention was number 7.
Actually, Nick, I had a fleeting thought, and if I don't talk about it, I think I'm going to forget.
Go.
So just really quickly, I want to interject this really fast too. We don't have to reinvent the wheel in Plexus, okay? There have been people that have hit the top since, when did Sheila Medina go Emerald? It was like 2010. Okay, 6 years ago. They have had this compensation plan, all of the rank advancement stuff, all of that has been nailed down for years. People have been doing it since then. We don't need to reinvent what they've been doing. We have all of the tools, all of the resources. It's literally spelled out for us in our back office. And with this new success kit, maybe it sounds cheesy, but they put so much freaking thought into this thing. They give you Cliff Notes, for gosh sakes. That's what the quick notes are. They spell it out for you so simply, and it's up to us to really make those tools work for us. If you want that Plexus Lexus, girl, get it, because you can. If you want to reach Diamond, we are here to cheer you on and give you, point you in the directions that you want to go. But we have all of the tools right at our fingertips. So I really wanted to stress that we have nothing different than Celeste, Gwen. Like, you know, the people at the top, we have nothing different than what they started with. So just let that like bounce around in your skull for a while, because that just makes it seem so much more attainable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah. We're sorry.
Articulate.
They literally give us everything. It's just up to us what we want to do with it.
Yeah.
So another thing that, okay, so number 7 is set up 3 face-to-face gatherings. It can be with one person. It can be a sip and see. It can be anything, but just make those face-to-face gatherings because, again, some people don't like to I have a girl on my team. She will respond with K, period. Like, doesn't text ever. I write novels, right? 'Cause that's my little love language or Plexus language, right? They'll just be like, K or yeah.
You're like, she hates me.
No, she's yeah. But anyways, so setting up those 3 face-to-face gatherings are really important. A lot of people have questions when they start. Well, do I have to have a testimony to post? No, you don't. What you want to do is you want to invite these people on this journey with you. Everybody, I feel like everybody that I talk to, Plexus has helped in different ways. I swear, it's incredible. What is really important is they talked about a Plexus coming out post. So instead of just saying, yep, okay, here's my pink drink, Jen, you were going to talk about this, right? You had a really good example.
Yeah, a couple actually. So 2 points specifically. I want to highlight one of Jennifer Brett's videos that talked about like a Plexus coming out post or video, like whatever you want to do. But really announcing to the world that this is, your new venture, being proud of it, not skinking around and like skinking. I'm inventing a new language, you guys, as we're going through these videos, I guess. Anyway, Jen Brett made this video and she was talking about not necessarily feeling like you have to wait until you have this big, wild testimony that you lost 473 pounds and as many inches to make a video. People so many times don't lose, a crazy amount of weight. A lot of us do, experience inches lost or weight loss, whatever it is. But a lot of people on my team, a lot of people that I've helped, and I know that Nick can say the same, a lot of these people's testimonies health-wise really aren't on the scale. Mine was hormone leveling. Nick, I know yours was...
Then pushing him out down there. Some digestive issues going on. I know BioCleanse is your bestie, the show. But we've all really have our own story, and it's nothing that we can maybe see. It's nothing that we can maybe, a lot of what we can talk about is quantifiable, but I guess it's not visible with the naked eye unless you see us daily, or unless, you're our husbands or whoever that we live with. So don't wait. Announce it to the world, be proud, be excited about it. I do have to shout out to Rhea. I was so impressed by her video this week. Forgive me, I don't remember what day it was. This girl, she's seen such a cool thing change. She had eczema, right? Not psoriasis. Nadia, eczema. And she was taking the products for a month, maybe 6 weeks. And Rhea, if you want to jump on, please go ahead.
Yeah. I've had eczema in my elbow pits for about a year, and nothing was taking care of it. I went to a couple different doctors and even the health food store. And I took Plexus for really just about a month, and I took kind of snapshots throughout the month of my arms, and it's now completely gone.
Wow.
So I think it was the probiotics that helped a lot, and then the because it's the yeast issue. And And then also the Plexus Slim probably helped me discourage me from eating sugar, which kind of feeds the yeast. But yeah, so that was really helpful.
So
Awesome.
I loved her approach because, you know, she has something that's visible, but she didn't feel like she had to wait. And her approach she did a Facebook Live, and it was it was an unboxing video of the new Success Kit. And it was so cool and so unsalesy. She just got on there, matter of factly. Actually, Brian and I watched it together, Ria, and I have to tell you, we both cracked up the entire time. He was like, man, I love that she broke out the machete on this box. She like had this big old knife to cut it open. We both thought that was hysterical. But, you know, she brought her own story and like her own je ne sais quoi to the whole video. And that's what people are drawn to. Like, she's so funny and so much her own person, so quirky, that people are drawn to that. And it was just a whole other thing. It wasn't like, I want to put my, you know, babies through college and I want to pay for my car cash right now or next month or whatever. Like, those goals are great and I'm not knocking those, but she was very real and very approachable. She was like, yeah, I had eczema, but, you know, Plexus I found was the only thing that I was able to take that actually worked. And I know she's gotten responses from it like immediately, virtually, and it's been really cool to watch. But yeah, I really liked your approach, Ria. I think we can really take some notes, and a lot more people can replicate that for sure.
Yeah. I think you want to wrap it up after this one, and then
Yes.
talk more than we planned.
Sorry.
Oh, it's awesome. I think this was a really good call. I think, okay, so just setting those goals, and then that opening video that you did, Ria, that Jen told me about it, and that's awesome. Being yourself, you guys. You don't change, and just because so many Plexus people want to be stay-at-home moms doesn't mean that's your goal. It doesn't mean that's what you want. You need to just be yourself, and people, your friends, your family, your Franks list are gonna look up to you and respect you for that. Do you have anything else, Jen? Or?
I just wanted, like, quickly in our notes that when we were rehearsing last night, I wrote that I just want to stress, like we opened the whole call with, we need to make sure, and we really need to stress that relationships forever will and need to come first. Remember who you are pre-Plexus. I mean, many of us are, you know, a year, maybe less into this journey, and it's easy to lose sight of who we were before, because all we see, we're inundated with other people's Plexus posts. We're, you know, swimming in our own saved messages, whatever we're doing. You know, we're goal diggers. We want to get to where we're going. And I think we can lose sight kind of who we are, but keeping those relationships first and keeping focused on who in our lives are important and who we're really trying to affect and help by what we're doing should always be in the forefront of our minds. And quickly too, I just wanted to throw this out there. Reaching out to people is really important, but also keeping the relationship first. It can't ever be Plexus first, relationship second. People will block you, God forbid, but it happens. I've made the mistake, unfortunately, and I know a bunch of other people have too. Hopefully you won't have to go there, but some people do, and it's not, you know, it happens. But keeping the relationship absolute number one priority is super important. And as you're reaching out, keep in mind that the longer it's been between your contact with the person that you're reaching out to, the further from your mind Plexus should be. It should definitely be brought up, but wait until an opportune moment, because you don't want to seem salesy ever. You don't want to seem like you're just after a sale or just after them joining some multi-level marketing, you know, pyramid scheme. We all know that it's not, but we don't ever want to come off like that. And so keeping relationships first and foremost and making that evident is 100% the goal. Always.
Yeah, because if they're sick or something, you don't want to be like, hey, Plexus can help. You want to be like,
Can I send you a sample?
How's this? How's that? And then you can squeeze Plexus in.
Yep.
When time is right, but build that relationship. It's
When
really important.
when I first started, I made the mistake. I noticed that someone was going through a surgery, and I wrote and I was like, hey, hope your surgery went well. I wanted to see if I could send you a pink drink sample. Crickets, obviously. Who would respond to that? So just to keep that as an example of what not to do, please, because that's not good. A better way of doing that, just so you have an example, is, hey, how did your surgery go? Waiting for a response. And naturally, as the conversation progresses, then you can say, like, hey, I really think that this pink drink would be something great for you. I fall in love with it, and I hope you will too. Give me your address so I can send something to you. But that's a great way to keep the relationship first.
Mm-hmm.
And then number one, Nick, touch on that. So, because I know that that's our number one.
There's so much.
Are we skipping over so much?
Well, that was really just the whole first section and like just the intro to the second session. So I think next week we'll do the second session. We'll probably do the whole second session, and then the next week we can do the third section.
Cool.
Because we have so much to say about it, and my kids are going bananas. I've had like 10 knocks on the door. But I think this is really, really, really good. Super, super good. So I guess thanks everyone for watching, and have a good, safe 4th of July weekend.
Enjoy your time with your families, you guys. Thanks for coming.
All right, bye.
Bye.